Hey you guys, welcome back to the Creative Junk Journaling series. This is video number 6 and I'm calling it Stamps. And I'm just going to talk about just different ways that I like to create with stamps. Stamping is one of my favorite things to do. What I love about stamping is I started stamping a while back. I mean, it wasn't like that's all I did, but I've collected many stamps, and this is one of the oldest stamps that I own. I think I've had it maybe since I want to say I was probably I don't know, 8th, 9th grade, that kind of thing. I started being able to go to Michael's, and I have several little stamps that I bought. They have the curvy sides. I love this little bunny. And so I've just been able to kind of keep up with stamps over time. Now my preference is wooden stamps, the wooden base stamps, but I do use the clear acrylic as well. And so those are great because you can interchange. I've had actually some made with the girls that I've had. So I love the stamps now. But for keeping them on my desk, I keep them like this. So I just put this together because I received several new stamps from a surprise box that I purchased from Little Craft Place. And so I wanted to kind of create a little space where I had a lot of things that I would use quite a bit. Now I pulled these out because I'm going to be playing with them in this video, but I just kind of wanted to show you these are a few of my favorite ones that I pretty much use quite frequently. And of course these are the two that I just received and I wanted, and these little, I had this in one of the kits, but I love these, anything with hands and they're doing things like painting or anything like that, I really like. So without going further, I was going to show you real quick just me doing a couple of things that I like to do. I actually watercolored a bunch of these little tags, so I thought I would decorate them up with some stamping ideas. But these are things that I'll keep on hand and pull out and add, you know, especially what if I don't, for example, what if I don't have a lot of time to create? I have a blank page here. I can do my writing, and I can just actually clip this in here with whatever design that I have on here. So that's kind of the idea behind me creating tags today, and also to just kind of show you guys a couple little things that I like to do. If you're familiar with stamping, it's probably not going to be anything too new, but just a way that I like to create. So I watercolor the background here with just blue and green, and basically I almost do this in every season because I love trees, and anybody that kind of knows me knows that I'm always going, oh look, the trees are blooming, or oh look, the leaves are turning color. So it's one of my just things that I do that I notice. So I'm going to go ahead. I noticed the other day that my pecan trees in the back are blooming this vibrant green, light green type leaves are coming out. So it's springtime here and they're blooming, and I just I'm going to create a little kind of page, and then I'm probably going to write in here and then write around the actual tree that I'm going to put on here. So I'm going to show you guys that real quick how I do that. So this is a tree that I purchased from, it's called Deadbeat Designs, and I purchased this at a stamping store here in Salado, Texas. But I know you can go online and order these as well. And I love this stamp. I've had it for, I would say like 10 years maybe. I think I bought it around the time that my sister got married and we had gone to Salado, and that's when I first discovered the stamping store. And we just went back this last fall to kind of, you know, go back because we hadn't been there in a while, and we were talking about it and we're like, oh my gosh, has it already been 10 years? So I'm actually going to have the stamp kind of go off of the page here because I do want to keep room for writing. So I used to be very particular that, oh my goodness, if it didn't stamp all the way, like if a branch didn't go through, I would just be like, oh, I've got to restamp, that's not good enough. I'm over that. So if, for instance, if one of these branches didn't quite come out, I would either take a pencil or some watercolor or something like that, or a marker, and fix it. Now this is another one from the Deadbeat Designs. I bought it at the same time. This little guy though, he is kind of wonky. See how he goes at an angle? So I'm going to do my best. Oh, I thought I just felt, yeah, see how it's kind of coming up. probably need to glue it down, but I'm going to do my best to get him as straight as possible. But again, it's not something I'm going to be completely devastated about if it doesn't. For one, I'm not going completely across the page, but I know I've done that in the past. What I like to do around fall is have it where I have little pumpkins on it, and you know, like the 5 little pumpkins sitting on the fence song. And so it's sometimes I'm like, oh, my fence didn't quite come out as straight, but I'm okay with that. So I've got my little fence line up. I've got my tree. So what's so awesome about this tree is you can pretty much you can add snow. Oh, I wish I had that. I did a whole series of little trees one time, actually on, I don't think I have them here, but they were actually on tags, and I did all 4 seasons, and it was so cute because for the snow I put glitter on there. It looked really pretty. But I'm just going to come in here with my lime green acrylic paint, and I'm just going to add little dots. And I think I've actually probably done this before on a video. It might have been some fall ones, but I'm not going to fill this whole tree up because literally this is how my tree looks, and my pecan trees look in the back. They're just budding out on the very ends of the branches. And so I'm just kind of coming in here and adding the spring look of not quite full, but just starting out. And then I'll probably talk about it. I know there's so much more that lately, as we're in this time of quarantine, to talk about, but I want to still remember how much I love my trees and take note of the beautiful surroundings that we have, and just still be thankful for the spring. So with that being said, I'm going to just put that aside now so that I can allow that green paint to dry. It shouldn't take that long since it's acrylic. And then I'm going to come in here and play around with some tags. So I don't think I did a green tag, which surprised me because I thought about it a minute ago. Another one of my favorite little stamps is this. I think this is the only stamp I bought this last time when I visited that little stamping store, but it's a little Girl Scout, and she cute. And so I'm actually going to add this one to the current, my journal that my planner I'm working on, that I'm filling out. Remember this little guy we've been working in? So I'm going to add, I think I might add her to the front. We might want to pick pink. Might be better. So I'm going to add her in here, and so we're going to put her on here. Now, when I want to come in here and like maybe, the thing with having a pink background, she's going to be pink. But I probably would have done more like a green, but I'm probably still going to fill her a little uniform in green. So I use this VersaFine. This is like my go-to stamp ink pad when I am stamping, when I want a clear, precise line. I love how it turns out, and there's no like, it's just like it says, it fine. It looks totally, completely, very, very fine. So it stamps clear. And I'll clean my stamps with my solution after the video, so I won't be cleaning all that. So I think what I'm going to do is come in here with a green. You know, I didn't really bring my markers, but I can come in here with a green watercolor. These are Jane Davenport's, and just kind of fill in her collar like that. I know, do you guys get all that mess when y'all mess with the Jane Davenport? I always get messy. I hear my dog out there barking, but so we're going to do that, fill that in. Her shoulder kind of got a little big over there. And then I'm going to fill her hat in. Ooh, this is very, very leaky. Very, very leaky right there. Just color in that one. And then I think I'll go ahead and come in with her hair. And looks more of an orangey, but it's so cute. Okay, so I'm going to do that, and then I think what I'm going to do is come in and add a little bit of confetti at the bottom. And I know that's not really stamping, so to speak, but actually I'm not finished with the stamping because I had this other idea that I wanted to do, show you guys that I also like to do. And what am I looking for? Oh, so my double-sided tape and some sparkles. So I'm going to use this green right here. And I actually learned this from, oh good grief, do y'all hear Pokey out there? I think everybody left him or something, and he needs somebody. I learned this online, so I can't take credit for it, and I'll try to remember who I learned it from. Sometimes you know in your head, and then when you get on video, it just comes to a blur. Okay, then I'll just put it, since it is double-sided tape, I'm going to add it to the bottom. Woo, look how pretty that sparkle is. Trim it off. Now I'm going to have to go let him in, you guys. If not, we're going to hear barking the whole time. Okay, let's see what. Now the next thing I wanted to do is I have this star stamp, and I'm going to add like some little sparkles around the outside of it. So when I do that, let me have to add this. All else fails, you just add your sparkles to your little sparkle bowl that you have here. So, I'm going to get a paper towel down, and we're going to use this Versamark. And I bought a new one, and I couldn't find it for a long time. I think I even did a video on this where I was like, I know I bought one, I couldn't find it. And so right after the video I found it. And what this one does, if you're not familiar with it, is it allows you to add these embossing powder. And I love embossing powder, and I've had these forever. They last a long time unless you do a lot of embossing, of course. But they have been just super awesome to have because they've lasted me forever. I think I've been using them for a while, but I don't use them a lot, very often. Okay, so I'm going to come in here, and I just put some on the end of that because I'm just going to add a couple little stars onto my well, let's see here, onto my tag. And you can just kind of see them. I don't know if you can catch it on camera or not. Now this is the stuff you really want to make sure you wash off your stamps, because I've created with stamps and did not do the washing, and it really did ruin my the rubber, so definitely do that. So the next thing I'm going to do is actually I'm going to use this piece of paper here as a background, because I'm going to pour that embossing powder back into container. So I'm just going to come over here and add the embossing. Knock it off. Ooh, isn't that pretty? Knock that off. Put it back. Save everything. You don't want to waste anything. I'm also going to add some stars to my my journaling page too after it dries. So let's get the heat gun out. You can use a hairdryer too, but these are really awesome. Let's see if I can get it up close for you guys. If you can see it turn. There it goes. The magic happens. And there is that. And you have a cute little tag. And like I said, I'm going to put it into my little planner. I think I might write something here. But that's one little way to play around with stamps and add some cuteness. Okay, so the next thing we're going to do, actually, let me go ahead, come back to my journal, and let's see. Ooh, the green paint's not dry yet. Okay, we're going to stick that back over there. Let's make another little tag. And with this one, I have these two particular stamps. And I love Stampin' Up! I have never, I mean, I've been to several parties and I have ordered some, but I haven't like been a consistent purchaser or that kind of thing. But I do absolutely love their stamps and the ideas that they come up with their stamps. Okay, so I'm going to take this, and this was a set that I picked up at Warrington, which is like an antique type place. And they just had them like, it was like at a garage sale type deal. The other ones, speaking of stamps, if I wanted to kind of do that also as my demonstration, is I also love these little memento stamps. They dry quickly, they last forever. I've had these for a long time. I just bought the Versa Magic ones. These take a little bit longer to dry, and the Brilliant ones, but I love these. I have picked them up and had them forever, and they're easy to move around. They don't take up a lot of space. I also use these, the Archival ink by Tim Holtz, the Distress, or no, these are Ranger, sorry. And they work out really good. And they come in that little handy dandy. I bought that little thing at where do we go? Where is that place? Hobby Lobby. So with this one, I don't know whether to do like some sparkles or let's show you these. This is like American Crafts. This is an embossing powder, but it's not shiny. So we're going to do that one. And again, these can be done directly into your journal. And I'll do a little show and tell on that as well. Let's find my piece of paper. And this is more like a chalk type embossing. Oh, isn't that pretty, you guys? I love it. So pretty. Actually, I probably could have added a few more on there. Oh, I hear my family. They're going to be ready for me to make supper. I might have to come back with you guys. Of course, y'all wouldn't know it. Okay. See if I can get that. There it goes. It's so quick to emboss. Isn't that cute? It turned out really cute. Alright, you guys, so I'm back. I know, you see, you didn't know I was gone, right? Yeah, they're cooking supper, so I had to go in and help do that really quickly. But okay, so what I wanted to do with this particular tag is I'm going to go ahead, remember the tissue paper that I kind of used in that layered, I'm going to come in here and add this to the outside of the actual tag here. And I'm going to see, I should kind of give that blue look underneath it. So I'm just going to put some regular extra strength. Actually, I'm going to take the string off and we can add a pretty ribbon to it later. I'm going to put that over the top of it. And then we're going to trim around this tag. And I think I'm going to kind of do like an Easter theme with this tag using that little bunny stamp that I showed you guys earlier. One that I've had forever and ever. Yeah, that looks really cute behind, with the blue behind there. So I think what I might do is go ahead and just set this one aside for just a little bit. It's still a little moist and I wouldn't want that to kind of mess up with the stamping. So we're just going to set this aside for now and move on to another one really quickly. So this particular one, I thought it would be fun to create like a another one. Remember we talked about kind of like where you kind of clip it into your journal or you staple it in. And I'm going to do this with a red ink, and then I'm going to do one strawberry where I'll do an embossing with it. So I'm going to pick this one archival ink, and I think I have a tinsel red embossing tinsel is what it's called. So I'm going to come in here and just kind of do a, oh, and I see my strawberry shortcake stickers. We're going to add her to the, add her here in just a minute. So I'm just adding the strawberry around here like that. I'll put one over here. Kind of making a background of strawberries. And then what we'll do is come in and add a Versamark print. Right there. Get my background paper. This is really good to use around Christmas time too, this red tinsel. Oops, have to put it back in. Okay, let's go ahead and add get the embossing done here. Perfect. It looks so cute. And then I have one of my little strawberry on top stickers, and I thought I would add her. Onto, oh, you know what? This was one that they printed wrong. And I just mailed this out. I'm going to have to contact my person and tell her that I think I might have sent you the wrong stickers. They had I've had such issues with my sticker people. Printing, they had a whole new staff start. And so it's just been kind of ongoing trying to get my stickers right. There we go. And then what I might do with her is come in and add some sparkle around. See if we can get this to work. I have to come back in with one of my markers. Okay, we'll come back and add some sparkle to her later. The pen's not working. But there's one little idea. You can use it as a background, and then I'm going to come in and actually put some sparkles on there. And what a bummer on the stickers. Okay, so let's go back to the journaling page and wrap that up. My space is getting kind of small here. So I think what I'm going to do on this particular page is, I know I'm going to want to come in here and add a date stamp. So I have this particular date stamp, so I think I'm going to do that. Because I want to be able to still have space to write. That's where, like I was talking about earlier, how I would get upset that if the particular didn't come out, but I'm okay with that. I'll come back and fix that up with some ink. So my next thing is, I love these little stamps here. These are actually stamps by Judith, and I bought these at a scrapbooking expo, and they're supposed to be coming back to Irving, but with everything going on, I don't really know when they will be coming next. So you could definitely order online, and that's probably what we'll end up doing, because I know my mom and sisters want to order some too, and so I think what we're going to do is just kind of put in a big order and pay it all shipping. But anyway, so this is one of my favorite stamps, and I finally found it, and this is one of my favorite stamps by her. And so I'm going to put this coming from the tree. And this is that brilliant iridescent by Dewdrop. Is that the paint, the stamp? And I picked this up at that trade show as well. And it is just one of my favorite little ink pads and stamp. So I'm just going to put that just to kind of add a little something fun to the trees. And again, I'm going to leave some space so I can definitely write. But now I have a little hearts hanging from my tree. And then I'm going to put some flowers on the ground here. Some little yellow flowers. Maybe if they show up. Let's use a different ink. Let's go back to this archival. Let's try their yellow and see if it's any better. If not, then we'll use a different color. Oh yeah, that shows up a lot better. I'm just going to put it kind of around the base of the tree. And then we're going to add some little stars to the page, and then that will be good to allow me to be able to write. Still have space to write on here as well. So let's see here. We're gonna move this over a little bit. I know I'm working on a small space here. You would think my desk is huge. Well, it's not huge, but it's full of stuff. It's on my agenda to take care of. Whew. So many things, so many things. Okay, so let's come in here and add some stars in the sky. Again, I want to be able to still have, if I run out of space, this is actually a day that's already happened, and I kind of was thinking in my head, I didn't have a whole lot going on that particular day, so I was okay with putting this tree, putting the tree down. I lost my paper I was using for my ink. Okay, we'll use this napkin. What color should I do? I think I had some really pretty blue. That way it's not over the top, but there's sparkles in it. You know I love sparkles. I'm going to add that. Shake it off. Don't want that extra piece of paper, which it went in there anyway. I'll get it out though. Okay, so let's emboss. Turn this little guy back on. I like that it's not over the top, but it's just real subtle. I'll probably come in here and fill those little pink guys up, pink hearts up, but that gives me room to just kind of to just paint, to write, and then I can come in here and fill in some different things, put a sticker or anything like that in there. So since I have this page open, let's dust this off. I was going to show you real quick how I like to add backgrounds to my to pages, like with stickers. So I'm going to take this particular one, and I think I'm going to go ahead and still use the same pink. I might actually, I don't have my other pink here, so I'm just going to use this one. And see how just kind of adding, it's kind of like adding polka dots to a page. It just gives that little something extra festive. I'll put some up here. So that's one of my favorite, pretty much that I do a lot, is finish off a page with just some filling of the stamps. I do that in my Happy Planner as well. So this is what my most common uses of stamping is, to just kind of do, even on my canvases I fill them in, those kind of things. So that gives you an idea of a little bit of ideas that I have. I also, you can put a sticker. I also have a little stamp that's a little bird that I thought I could put on here as well. I even have a chicken that I guess I could, that might be kind of cute actually. Let me put this little chicken on there. So I'm going to grab, my chickens are black and white. So I think I'm going to do this like darker brown for it, for this chicken here. And they do actually sit on the fence. So that might be actually a true story. I'm going to put 2 chickens on that fence because that's a true story around here. It's chickens on a fence. Okay. So that gives you an idea of a couple ways to use a stamp. And then I'm going to wrap up this video doing one more stamp, finishing off this little background here. Let's see if it's dry. Dry enough. Now, what I normally would possibly do with this one, where's my little bunny, is you could actually stamp him. Actually, let's go ahead and do it. It might take a little bit longer than what I had intended, but let's see if I can find him a piece of paper that has a pretty background on it. Or I wish I'm the little white piece of paper. So let's see here. What do we have? What is this? That's not really what I'm looking for. Okay. What my plan is I'm going to use him. Let's see if I have something over here. You know, we can just use one of these cards. I'm going to stamp him with the regular ink. With this since it's like almost like a bluish, I'm going to use this turquoisey color. Put that one back in there. This is a garden patina. And this is a perfect, you can even use these little tags for gift cards and things. He is so cute. Okay. And I'm just going to cut him out. And I'm not doing him along the edges. He's a furry little bunny, so I'm just going to kind of get as close as I can and do a little fussy cut on him. Like that. And actually, we're going to see if we can find a little sticker that can go in the background. These are encouraging ones. I think I had these the last time. That they're not exactly the, you know, especially for journaling. Let's see what we got over here. This looks pretty. Oh, the butterfly is really pretty. That cream doesn't really go with it. Let's see what else I got. Wonder. Just the little things. Lovely. That's cute. And that could be something you could put in your journal. I guess I could have had this somewhat picked out before I... Here we go. This is perfect. Before I got on to on the video. Sometimes things come to me right when you're right in the middle of doing it, not so much planned out. Okay, let's put these over here. Like I said, I'm trying to get myself organized. Why can't I find time? It's like I'd rather be even playing. It's more fun to play than to get all your stuff organized, but it's to that point that it's time. Okay. Move those aside. These are little pencils. How cute. I like that little set. Alright, so what I'm going to do is actually come in here with these little poppy thing. They're, this is a different brand. This is American Crafts, but they're adhesive foam dots. I typically get them from Hobby Lobby, but I got these at what's that place we all like to go and get things at a discount? Tuesday Morning. So I'm just going to pop these onto the back of these. And that way we make kind of a dimensional tag to include in the journal. Like I said, these make great little gift tags, or if you wanted to put it onto a card or something like that, you could do that as well. Oh yeah, let me see first the colors. Where are we going here? So I think this one will go at the top. Guess that one came off. I was like, where did that one go? Oop, too close for the bunny. Okay. Pull these off there. There we go. Perfect. All right. See my little galaxy marker. Let's see if I can get it to work. Maybe old. I was going to do some circling around, but we're going to punch this hole, and then we can add some really fun ribbon to the top. Here, let me go get some. Okay, so I just basically grabbed some tulle and I kind of just made this so I didn't have to do it on camera here, but I just tied a very simple, just a regular bow. Holy smokes. Okay. And then I'm going to come in here and staple this. And you can always come in and add like a flower or something, which I'll probably end up doing, but I won't worry about doing it right now. When I go to use it, I'll add that. Oh my gosh, my dog. Luckily I'm wrapping it up here. But didn't it turn out cute, you guys? So let's take a look real quick of the ones that I did for you. So many different ideas that you can do with stamping and getting creative. Anyway, thank you guys for watching, and I will see you in my next video.